What's going on, Meta fam? We got an action-packed video for you here today, and let's get to it. There's a lot of information here in the last 2 days. We're going to try to cram a lot of it into this one, and I'm going to have other videos coming out going more in depth on the other information. So this was the post yesterday. We are technically at 407 days since the MMTLP U3 halt as of January 20th, 2024. So like I said, this was posted yesterday on the 19th. But just to keep it relevant, we are at 407 days. We had breaking news yesterday, guys. That's right. Nextbridge Hydrocarbons puts out a press release, announced preliminary result of its Johnson's prospect drilling program. Going more in depth and looking into what was in that press release. The first thing that I was looking forward to is, yes, I'm excited about the development of the oil and gas. But what I was looking for, is there any update on the MMTLP side of it, which is the counterfeits, the naked shorts, the short sellers, things like that. And the first thing I found down here and highlighted, and it says here, despite the passage of a year since the U3 halt, critical facts remain elusive. For example, FINRA announced that its investigation showed an approximate aggregated short interest of position MMTLP of 2.65 million shares as of December 12, 2023. However, representatives of short sellers have approached Nextbridge about buying considerably more shares than this figure. That, to me, is why I highlighted that. That's why this is huge. So FINRA is saying they did their investigation. They only showed 2.65 million shares short, which we know that's a load of crap. But this here states that Nextbridge has been approached by representatives of the short sellers needing more than the 2.65 million shares. And not that they just need more shares, guys. They need considerably more shares. So considerably, like, how many more were they trying to ask for? I think through our speculation and through research, we're predicting it could be anywhere from 200 million up to 800 million to a billion shares. We don't know where it's at. That's why we need the aggregated blue sheet share count to know what we need. Drew Diligence here highlighted his part that he felt was very interesting out of this press release. He says there, the eagle has indeed landed, folks. And I did see John Berta retweeted this as well. So let's zoom in on this here. And it's literally the sentence after I highlighted about how the short sellers approached Nextbridge about buying more shares. And he says, we have offered to speak with FINRA and, oh, hang on here. Sorry, guys. I wanted to see if my box ain't in the way. Come on, computer. Quit being dumb. We have offered to speak with FINRA and SEC to discuss our trading data. Yeah, my box is in the way. Hang on here. There we go. We have offered to speak with FINRA and SEC to discuss our data, and we also hope to receive clarity on the basis of their conflicting data. We are awaiting their reply and believe that they share our concern about the discrepancies. So yeah, they want to do a settlement too, but we want to know what's the numbers. How bad is it? What is the discrepancy here? How bad is it? So that is very just amazing. It says here, we look forward to cooperating with both regulatory agencies and hopefully helping contribute to a clear public accounting of relevant figures. So yeah, we want to know what the heck is going on and how much is there. All right, J.R. Ewing here has a fantastic post, and I wanted to bring this to your attention as well if you did not see it. J.R. Ewing here says, I'll be blunt, Greg McCabe gives a shit about us. Let there be no doubt in media FUD to have you think otherwise. There's a little blurb. It's for all of us. Take great pride in all you have done. I do. It says, finally, the company's chairman and new CEO, Mr. McCabe, stated, I would like to personally thank all Nextbridge hydrocarbon shareholders and the entire MMTLP army for your efforts in making sure that our story is told. Because of these efforts, the light is now shining bright on this serious problem. I am also thankful for the time and effort of many concerned state and federal congressional representatives who have worked diligently to help find answers to this untenable situation. America has the greatest financial system in the world. However, it is not without flaws. I am hopeful that Congress and the SEC will oversee a solution that is fair and attainable for all. Nextbridge Hydrocarbons is certainly willing to be a part of the solution. Yes, That is exactly, and that's exactly what Roller Pigeon here said. Yes. And I don't know how I didn't like that, but there's the first 100 like. But yes, thank you, JR, for pointing that part out. All right, next point here. Since he did his post of his his top 3 things here, and number 1, wells number 4 and 1 are showing strong oil and gas. Number 2, a 15,000 square foot, 1,400 deep field discovery with oil. And Representative Short Sellers has approached Nextbridge about buying considerably more shares than this figure of the 2.65 million. And he has the highlighted links here where it is in the press release. And we might actually need to come back here, guys, and do like basically a live stream of going through the press release. It's like there's so much happened these last day or two that you could almost do a live stream or break it down in multiple videos of all this information going on. So today is a quick summary of everything that I'm seeing out there. Mike James here, Mike Jam, he's the one that drives by the Nextbridge and gives us those videos and pictures. He says here, the company is pleased to announce the results of a recent 5-well drilling program on the Johnson Project acreage in the Oro Grande Basin. The Johnson E23 number 4, a new field discovery in the Penn Sand Formation, and we believe it's the first viable conventional producer in the Texas portion of the Oro Grande Basin. The shallow vertical well is at a depth of less than 2,100 feet and has an instantaneous spot rate flow of 2,500 MCFPD and peak daily rate of over 800 MCF with a minimal water. These rates will form an open hole natural completion without assistance of an acid job or frac job, which is huge. Here he says, great flow rates without any acidizing having to be done. Awesome news, family. Meta News here said, MMTLP Decision Watch. Ruling to release MMTLP Blue Sheet data, the case in New York Supreme Court Appellate Division, defendant FINRA. Number 1, ruling to reveal the market makers that made MMTLP tradable. The case is in the New York Supreme Court, defendant OTC markets. And those rulings can come out any day now. MMTLP Army. Guys, that was huge there that Greg McCabe put out the MMTLP Army. All right, so this here has been going around. Charlie Gasparino on Fox News. He's kind of been I don't know if he's a paid shill or whatever he is, but he's apparently wanting to speak with Paul Plute. Paul Plute, has 3.1 million followers. And we do appreciate him wanting to give us help because he has a huge social media following. But we don't know if he knows our situation 100%. So I don't know if Paul Plute should go on Fox Business to talk about MMTLP, being he's just barely knowing the whole story and just starting to really educate himself on what really happened. I would like to see John Berta be a part of that as well with Paul Plute. So when Charlie is there asking Plute questions, and if Plute don't know the exact answer, John Berta could give the 100% correct answer to that and be able to, basically call out any FUD that Charlie has tried to pass on here to Paul Plute, because we know that's what's going to happen. Plute says, what do you think should be done with MMTLP? And Charlie here gives his spew of, whatever, we're the next AMC and all this short squeeze stuff and things like that. And Paul Plute says he will study it and we can discuss it on the air. Which is what JR says down here. While I appreciate your interest, I'll be honest. I don't think you're qualified at this point to discuss on air with anyone. Let this be particular individual the facts of servicing that establish an overage. None that should establish a pump and dump, which is true. There are facts out there now. We already proved the trade station has their bus full. They can't even let anyone else go to AST because trade station is already over. They have no more shares left. And now we're getting that Nextbridge is stating that short seller representatives are approaching them to buy more than what FINRA has stated in their, official announcements. Here we can see Dave Lauer has chipped back in. And he says, in an announcement from Nextbridge, they claim representatives of short sellers have approached Nextbridge about buying considerably more shares. They have been publicly reported as short. That's quite a statement. If true, then transparency is needed from regulators. And thank you, Dave Lauer. And I do believe Dave Lauer has sort of turned a corner with this. I know at first, when all this was first starting, he felt that we were just kind of the pump and dump, AMC, GME kind of stuff. But this has been a whole new ball game, what's been happening here. And I do see that Dave Lauer has really been trying to step in and do what's right. And he has stepped up before and saying that FINRA needs to be more transparent in this. He has said that. He said, And here he's talking about that part there we already read over of the Nextbridge press release. He said, this is not only for a reason or justification for transparency, and I've been consistent in my calls on it. I don't think there's much the FINRA can do given their authority. I think the anger at them is completely misdirected, but the SEC and DOJ should be on top of this. Just to make it clear, I don't think they would have said this publicly if it weren't true. And if true, which I believe it is very consequential. I look forward to seeing the evidence and confirming it, and seeing future enforcement actions and their evidence, which is very true. Here he's saying too, if they need my help, they're more welcome to reach out. They know how to get a hold of me. I doubt there's anything I can do, but I'm always glad to help. So right there, he's saying they need to be transparent in what's going on. And if Nextbridge has proof that those short seller representatives are needing more than what FINRA has reported at $2.65 million, there's a problem. We also have documentation of where TradeStation is short. We have the allocation for TradeStation, and all of us shareholders has submitted what we have, and TradeStation is short, and we got MMTLP holders in TradeStation that cannot transfer to AST because there's no more shares allocated. I want to end the video here. I have not got to listen or watch this yet. John Berta was on Dennis Neal here on Dennis Neal What's Bugging Me, and he had John Berta. So there's so much stuff I want to come out here and do extra videos on, maybe do a live stream on. I want to watch this John Berta, hear what he has to say. I know Dennis did post some clips on his Street Bites clips of What's Bugging Me. He's posted, I think, 3 different clips. So but I want to watch the whole interview, and then also want to maybe do a live stream and go over this whole press release there as well. Just so much information. Try to cram a little bit of everything all in this one video. Like I said, just super, super excited about what's coming out, guys. It just feels like, I know I say this every video, but it feels like things are just moving and moving in the right direction. Hearing what Greg McCabe has to say. He is behind us. He is behind the MMTLP army, and we are not going anywhere until we get what is right and what is owed to us, and that is justice and a fair amount. Our shares have been on hold, as you see here, 407 days. It's January 20th. 407 days, guys. That's right. So, hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash thumbs up, drop a comment down below. Love and appreciate every single one of you all. Peace.